Welcome to all of you. If you see, we have titled today's event as Impossible is Possible and Celebrating Youth. Now, I think this is a something that we are doing after thinking quite a bit. Now, what is behind this? Why are we saying that? We have been always seeing that our youngsters, and the youngsters that I'm talking about is in early 20s, fresh out of college. Fresh out of college, pretty much any college in India. It is not that they are premium college. From all kinds of college whose name I have at least not heard. Maybe you people have heard more number of colleges. We see them, and with a little bit of motivation, push, they can become absolutely top class. With a little bit of motivation, push, hard work, right environment, in a short time, they are not recognizable. They become so good, at least in technology. And this is happening, it has been happening for some time, but recent time it is happening much more. Why does this transformation take place? This is something that has been, in my 42 years, it has been growing. And in last few years, I've seen it. In last 10 years, I'll say, and particularly in last couple of years, I'm seeing 2-3 years that you take them, motivate them. Therefore, as was pointed out very nicely in the beginning, this summer we try to do something a little crazy. We took 50 students. Now these are 19-year-old students. They're still engineering students, third year college. Colleges, Avinasilingam College of Home Science at Coimbatore for women, Karunya Institute, Sri Vishnu College, the college KSR College, Tyagaraja College at Madurai, College of Engineering Trivandrum. A year, and IITM also there were few. Avinashilingam, I said right in the beginning. Out of the 7 colleges, 2 years back I had not heard the name of 5. Tyagaraja I knew, IITM of course I knew. The other 5 I had not even heard. And so we saw, say, we'll get 50 students as interns this summer. We said that they can be pretty much from any department. We didn't say that they have to be computer science, electrical engineering. So we had students from biomedical, mechanical, electrical, all kinds of mixed. We said we will not select these students. Let the college select the students. All that we ask the college is to find out whether they are at least average students, and they have shown some interest in the build clubs that we have started in these colleges. As long as this criteria they meet, send them to us for 2.5 months. Fortunately, we got a CSR donation from one of the companies out here, NMS Works, and we said we will actually pay them some honorarium, some internship, essentially to take care of their hostel stay and food. So we had 50 of them. Then we got 40 youngsters between the age 22 to 24. People who have worked between 1 to 2 years, somebody 2.5 years with us. These are also very youngsters. Again, from all kinds of colleges. They were with us. We had actually worked with them for last 2 years. And then we had another organization, Accelerator Foundation. One of my students earlier who was my student, had actually set up, took youngsters who are from colleges whose, I mean, I have never heard, I would have probably never heard in my life their names. From even the Madurai colleges, which are considered even lower ranking. Sorry to use the term lower ranking, because I think this term itself has a problem, because when you see the youngsters coming from there, and he had actually employed 25 of them about a year and a half back, and were training them, and 12, 13 of them also came up, and so we are a team of 100, guided by 7, 8 very motivated people, people who are senior. I myself put in a little bit of work, and then we threw them, saying, try to build something which is impossible. We wanted to understand what they are able to do. And the two projects, one was this hashtag, which we'll talk about in the afternoon. In fact, that's even more challenging. It's a project, something that we sort of say, in Chennai, today it takes an hour to come from office to home to office and vice versa. Probably more. Most people travel. This is when India's population is still largely in the villages. As the more migration takes place, as is happening, these cities will be even more crowded. You take Chennai, you take Bangalore, you take Bombay, Delhi. Which one is worse? You can keep talking about it. 1.5 hours each way. We said, can we overcome this problem? But this is not our next 100 years. We keep talking, we keep boasting 25 years down the line what we'll have. But with this kind of life? Or can we come up with a transport system which is highly sustainable, highly energy efficient, and we build it, and the cost has to be moderate, low, which all of us can afford. Lower than an auto cost. Maybe somewhat similar to bus, or maybe bus and metro cost. Can we build something such that it takes no more than 20 minutes to travel? From home to office, office to home. Anywhere to anywhere. And we conceived of that. And we got the students to get into it. They have done simulation, they have done building, they have done costing, all kinds of things has been done. This afternoon we'll talk about it, so this is not the time we are going to talk about it, but the models are there. Please take a look at it. What was remarkable, that I think we have done most of the things that are required for us to tomorrow start actually building such system. And the second one that we took was this automatic wheelchair vehicle, which since morning you have been hearing about it. This is another very extraordinary system. Here we said that we'll take, as Nanu defined in the beginning, we'll leverage NeoMotion, one of the company incubated by us, which makes excellent wheelchair, but we'll automate it. We'll make it such that it travels automatically. And what is more important, that it will converse with the person who occupies the chair. And it will converse in all Indian languages. Again, we leveraged Bhasini work that has been done in many institutes, but led by IIT Madras, by Professor Hema Murthy and Professor Umesh, funded by my team. And then we did much more. We added sign language to it, as was talked about it. And I won't say that we came up with a perfect product. There are lots of things that I'm unhappy about. I'm generally not very happy with all the work that we do. I demand more. In fact, that's one of the things that gets the people to perform the best and better than what they performed yesterday. But they have done this. If I look at what have they been able to do in this. So wheelchair, of course, it came from our company, NeoMotion. It's absolutely top class wheelchair. If you haven't seen it, I hope the full wheelchair is on the other side. Those who have not seen it should see it. It's a wheelchair which we believe we will start selling in 2 to 3 years, 100,000 wheelchairs a year. We'll make it one of the first companies coming from here which will have 1,000 crore rupees revenue per year. This wheelchair we took and we said we'll build on top of it, we'll leverage this. It's already a top class wheelchair. We said we would want like a processor to control this wheelchair. We had built a very small processor, what is called Dexter, and said we will get that too. We don't want it to be driven by human beings. We want that to be. That I have put 3 ticks. We have done that. Basically, there is nothing left. Then came the localization. We say we need to put eyes and ears to that wheelchairs. And we said we'll try them multiple things. We will put video. Can we train the thing by taking pictures and then put a camera, and then it should be able to tell wherever I am in research park and what angle are we in. We did this again through very, very raw set of people. A lot of image processing has been done. A lot of results have come. But if you see, I've given 1 tick. Though my Nanu had told me to try to give 2 ticks. I feel that more work should have been done, could be done, will be done in the future. If you look at LIDAR, we mounted a LIDAR, which essentially sees if there is an obstruction. By and large, we get it, but I think we should get it reliably in every single situation, and I think we underplayed it. We should have got it done. I've given it 2 ticks. Then we had an inertial IMU system, inertial navigation. No, inertial measurement unit. So, how much, what angle it is, and basically tells you the angle. Essentially, based on the magnetic principle. We integrated that. Again, we got it. I would have liked it to see 3 ticks. I think we have left it a little bit less, and I've given 2 ticks. Encoder. As the wheels move, there are 2 wheels, two different wheels. Can you put an encoder and say how much one wheel has moved, how much another wheel has moved? That will tell you how much has the wheelchair moved. That will also give you where exactly are you there, and how much relative position will give you the angle. I think we have by and large done it. That I'll generally happy. Communications and control. From there, can you communicate to a central controller which will decide that? I think we have got it. Control system software, I'm still not very happy. I think we could have done more. I'm not been able to validate enough to figure out that we have done perfect, because we are not really utilizing the wheelchair the way we want. Voice command and response, you saw that. Leveraging Bhasini. And if you have not gone, you should see the demo and you should see what we are able to do today. You talk in any language, any question you ask, and it gives you the answer in the language that you want. We are able to do it in English, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Bengali, several other languages. Now, it may be that there are different places we are demonstrating. Some places we may only demonstrate 3 languages, some place we will demonstrate 5 languages. That's more of a server limitation which we are trying to overcome. We are tying up with my team. Sign language command and response. This is something remarkable. This morning I was talking to the person who heads Bhasini, and I say I am now able to talk in sign language, and other side the voice will come in whichever language that you want. I think this is remarkable. It's a image coding, understanding the sign language, and you saw these 5 young women. Where are they? They're from Avinasilingam. Can you get up if they are there? Got up and got that thing done. I saw them practicing, learning sign language and figuring out every minute, and by and large they have cracked it. Some more work needs to be done, but we are kind of ready. Now, I thought that I will reflect a little bit more on this and say, what does it really mean? And this morning I sat down with Narayan Swami and said, we'll come up with startups over the next 1 year. And these startups will be incubated by IITM Incubation Cell and Accelerator Foundation, because the 2 of us have been working together. One of them, already a team is there. By the way, the 5 of you can come here. And one of them already a team is working. Voice-based UPI transaction in any Indian language. I am on the board of RBI Innovation Hub. This is something that RBI has been dreaming. What UPI has done, by the way, we had played a significant role in getting UPI become a reality, and we wanted now a voice-based, so that anybody, whether it's illiterate or not, is able to talk and get the UPI transaction done. And this will launch it ASAP fairly soon. Towards hearing impaired people, people with hearing impairment, we will have a voice to text on mobiles to understand conversation. So I will be speaking to, say, a person with hearing impaired. The person can just, whatever I'm hearing, can see the text. And therefore, and we'll soon have it in mobile. Alternatively, instead of text, I can put it in sign language. I'll be speaking and there will be someone giving a sign language on the voice automatically. That's the second product. Then if I'm watching this and I want to see the slides and I don't want to keep looking at my mobile, one can have some kind of eyeglasses so that the text starts appearing. My voice gets converted to text automatically. That's another thing that can be launched. Towards conversation with speech impaired people, people who cannot speak. Very often the people with hearing impaired are also speech impaired. But basically they can talk in sign language. And I, who do not understand sign language, they are talking in sign language. I put my mobile phone with the camera in front of them, and I am with my earphone, I am able to hear what they are saying. Can we actually do this? These all may appear impossible, but we'll get it done. Towards visually impaired people, picture to speech. So you want to read a newspaper, you want to read some text, just point your this thing, and it will actually give me speech again. Of course, already there is a startup by IIT, some alumnus, BTech, not alumnus, BTech students, currently BTech students, which are doing voice-based navigation. They are just using a camera, and it is again on a earphone, it is telling them what to do, where not to go do, etc., etc. Next, Indian language translation. This is something very, very wonderful. I don't understand Tamil. Next time my wife speaks in some complex Tamil word, all that I have to do is turn on my phone, and I will have my earphone, and I'll hear that in Hindi. And if someone says that I don't understand Hindi, but I want only Telugu, I'll speak in Hindi, the person can put that, and this is something that we can get done. It can help in integration the country tremendously. Hopefully we'll be able to listen to Manipuri voice better with something like this. And not just that, speech to text with language. If I cannot hear or I want to just read, that also is possible, should be possible. So I may not put my earphone sometime. I can understand a bit of Tamil, but occasionally I need to get a few things. So I don't want to put all that. So it will keep on giving me translation, and I'll just glance through if I don't understand. So these are all important products. Voice-based interface to any appliance. I was sort of saying, let us create an open source interface. I don't know whether anyone in the world is doing it. But do it such that we can do it for all Indian languages. Any appliance. Why can't we have a voice-based appliance? Virtual Joby. This is something that I don't want to get into details now. One-to-one I can talk about it. Very often the companies, the microfinance companies, which goes and tries to provide loans to low-income people. At one point way, it is a very valuable thing that they are doing. But on the other hand, very often they land up giving it to a wrong person, and it basically creates larger indebting. So we are going to put somebody, Joby is the name of a person who has worked in this area for 20 years. We will send Joby to each home on a WhatsApp video call, talk to the woman there and figure out what their financial status is and what will they give with the loan, and evaluate that, and can we actually really figure this out, and also give advice. Automation cleaner for solar panels, something that one of our partner First Solar said, we want a device which can just go and clean up every 3-4 days. Other automation products. I think all of the technologies we have actually done this, and we should be able to do this. Well, I think this is all where I will stop and say that over the last 2 months now, 64 days, it has reinforced my feeling that impossible is possible. And I think if we learn to leverage our youngsters properly, with a proper, bold guidance by some senior people, I think we can become our technology leader and not have to import technology all the time, either from Germany or from China or from Korea or from Japan. Nothing against these countries, but as long as we are ourselves creating technology and also exporting to them, we can always import them. This is what over the last 30 years, ever since engineering colleges education went to about 1 million people per year, I think we have enabled that. And it's not just engineering college, but it's all kinds of art college and students. All these youngsters are very good. All that we really need to do is leverage them. Thank you very much, and we'll move to the next one.